And if I can, a last question. Based on your experience, if we think about the scope of our stress test is highlighting single point of failure, common vulnerability between multiple threats and hazard, what are, in your experience, the recurrent problem that there could be? I normally used to say that it's not rocket science, so the failures are often in very basic stuff like escalating procedures, mismatch between technical signs of warnings and practices, and so on.
Continuity,
exactly.
To ensure continuity, to ensure, as you said, there are common points between everyone where we sometimes have vulnerabilities or fail. But there are also points which are specific for every sector that they need to identify, and they need to, let's say, they need to diminish the possibility that those vulnerabilities will exist during a disaster. But again, there is not a single point of failure. There is always more than one, and each sector or each entity has its own point of failure. They may be common, but again, they may potentiate each other. So if you have a failure in continuity of business, you don't have redundancies, you don't have what you need to work in a certain condition. Let's take a simple example. If we don't have redundant energy sources, let's say, for example, we are running a very important activity, but we didn't maintain our generators will not work, which means our activity will not function. But we need you to do certain things in order to make things work, like, for example, in the sector of communications or in sector of providing certain digital services. It means you are going to impact me on the other side. Even if I may have the redundancies I need to continue working, but I am depending on you, you are going to stop me from doing my job. So here we are interconnected and interdependent or dependent one on the other. So I think that this is very important, and such a game will make people understand that each one of us impacts the other. Each entity impacts the other entity. Each sector impacts the other sector. Whether we expect this to happen or not, but it will happen. Lack of preparedness, it means immediately a high stress on chains of supply and on other aspects during the beginning of a disaster. Let's take the pandemic. The lack of stockpiling, which is part of preparedness, it made the chain of supply to become extremely vulnerable, and it made prices to go very high, and it put us in a situation, each one fighting for the resources we needed, and we were all fighting on the same resources, and then we found that all what we need is coming mainly from a certain region. In Asia, and we don't have our own manufacturing capabilities and so on for many of the things that we needed. So was this okay? No. How can we tackle this to avoid it in the future? Such a game, it may make people more aware on many of the vulnerabilities that maybe we are not aware of at this moment, or we don't expect them to have a certain impact at this moment.
Absolutely. So let's hope it's going to help a change of mindset and change of vision, I would say, bringing more focus on preparedness than just response. And I hope that we're going to have a way forward there.
I'm sure that this will evolve very well in the future, in the near future. But I'm sure that we are going to use it in Romania at least, and to try to see how we can challenge our colleagues and the institutions we work with on such a card game. We will invite them to a card game, and let's see what happens.
Happy to support wherever we can.